What's up, everyone? Hey, Chris Record here. Sorry, we're running a few minutes late today, but that happens. We had to troubleshoot a couple technical difficulties. But anyways, I'm glad that you're here. So I'm glad that you're watching, whether you're live or whether you're watching on the replay, because today we've got an exciting topic. And I've got a guest speaker who's actually a member of our Team Shopify community. Oh, hold on, I got a phone call came in right at the last minute there. I've got a guest speaker who's a member of the Team Shopify community, and recently, John posted some results, and I really was intrigued by them because here's what was intriguing about those results was that he had a new Shopify store, and it was already generating around $35,000 in sales inside of its first 2 weeks. And what was cool about this was it was like his first Shopify store. So he was new at this, just like many of you that are watching right now. He was somebody who was new, somebody who was just taking instructions, somebody who was learning, somebody who was, taking action with what he was learning and just going out there and doing it. And not everything was perfect. In fact, John even told me that he had to pause some ads and make some changes because, it's still a learning process. But $35,000 in 2 weeks is very, very impressive, even having as much as $5,000 in sales in a single day. And I don't want to say that that's typical results because the results are going to vary for everybody. So I don't want to say that it's typical, but I do want to say that it is something that anybody can achieve. If you put your mind to it, it's possible. So whether or not you're just amazed by these results that are shared, or whether or not you believe, whether you have higher goals or whatever it is, just remember it's possible. And John's an example of that. So I wanted to bring John out here on this hangout and just be able to share some of his story and be able to share a little bit about introduce himself to the community, who he is and how he got started and what's working with him. And what I'll do is I'll be monitoring questions in the background. So if you're part of Team Shopify, there is a webinar channel that's in the Slack group. So if you're watching right now live, there's a webinar channel in the Slack group that you'll be able to watch. And if you are part of my Facebook inner circle, then you can chat there. There'll be a thread there. So what I'll do is I'll be monitoring questions in both those places. So with all that being said, I want to turn it over to my guest speaker, who is John Alfredson. So John, come on out here, introduce yourself, and let the community know a little bit about who you are and the success you've been having with Shopify.
All right, thank you, Chris. Thank you for that introduction. It's very I appreciate very much that you want to have me on here on the webinar. And yeah, I'm John Alfredson, and I have not had any experience with Shopify before. I have been doing a lot of online marketing, different types of online marketing over the last 7 years since I started, or both network marketing, affiliate marketing, and other. Well, I've done a bit of Facebook marketing as well, but I've never ever tried Shopify or selling e-com, selling products, physical products. And I haven't seen. I've seen have had some good results with previous, projects and marketing, but I've never seen anything like this that kind of when it comes to results that I've seen over the last 2 weeks. My background is I'm from Sweden originally. I moved to California 5 years ago, and I've been working from home since 2008. I have a background in engineering, a PhD in engineering, but I didn't want to pursue that career, but I wanted more freedom for myself, so I decided to work online instead. And it's been a lot of ups and downs, but definitely now I think this is something that is really suiting me, the Shopify thing. So I want to share some tips and strategies, and also show some results on my PowerPoint presentation that I have. So I'm going to switch over to that, and feel free to ask me questions, Chris. Any questions you might have that might come up. So let's see.
Yeah, you're good to go. Just rock it out, and just share a little bit about what you've been doing, and share a little bit about your story, and just continue. You're on a good pace.
Thank you. All right, let me know when you can see my screen, Chris.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so the Shopify. So basically, I started my Shopify store 2 weeks ago. Since I joined the Ecom Masters course, and that was because of Chris and his marketing. I knew he had some good bonuses and things like that when the course came out. So I decided to jump on jump on Team Shopify because I knew it was really good, and I have really had a lot of use of the tools that we got for the Shopify app and the ASON, and now the AS Inspector for Amazon. And so I was really happy that he offered that. So that's why I decided to jump on this. I have been wanting to sell on Amazon or have my income store for quite a while, but I have never taken the step because I thought that I would need either a lot of inventory or a lot of money to pay for ads to get started. And actually, you don't need any of those two. You need a little bit of money to start your ads, but that's about it. And you need to know how to set up your store, as you know. So before I started my store, I started to do some research and of course, what products I wanted to sell. And I just wanted to give you some tips on the some things that I use when I did the research for niches and products. So I got one tip from Chris when he promoted the course. I think it was go to Google and type in site:myshopify.com and then the keyword that I want to search for similar products to see what's selling and see what other people are selling in the niche. That was a really good tip and a good strategy that I used to find a lot of interesting products and a lot of interesting Shopify stores. And then when I found the Shopify stores, I was always going into the store and look for what's selling best. So sometimes you can go and look at all the products and you click on that. You can sort them from A to B, from A to Z, or you can sort them from most popular and so on. So, and I sorted them by best-selling products, so then I could see what was selling best. I didn't know, of course, how many they were selling, but at least I got an idea of what was selling best in their store. And you can do that with any Shopify store. When you go to the products page or the collections page, if you type in this question mark that you see on the screen here, question mark sort by equals best selling. So if you type in that, you will, even if they have removed the option for the drop down option to select the sorting, you can usually add it manually to your URL in your browser, and it will sort the products from what's selling best. Another thing I did was I went into Facebook and I typed in the search field up in the top of Facebook, I typed in posts about, and then my keyword to find different posts about that particular product that I wanted to do research about. So with that, I found a lot of different products that looked interesting. And also one thing I looked at when I looked for good products is how were the other products, how much attention, how much social sharing had the products got on Facebook. For example, when I found a product that was posted on Facebook that someone were promoting, I looked at it. Did it have a lot of shares? Did it have a lot of likes and comments? And so if it had, then I knew it was quite a popular product or quite a popular niche, at least. So that's how I started to select my products. And then I opened my store. I chose some products, like I started adding 10 or 20 products to my store. Between 20 and I'm not sure exactly. I have around 20 products right now, but I started adding at least 10, I think it was, before I opened, and I started running ads to those products. And I didn't have a lot of money to spend on advertising either, so I only started out with an ad budget of $40. Basically, I had been doing Facebook ads before, but I started out with spending $40 the first day on my ads, and that's out of pocket. And from that, I just took the money that I made in profit from that and turned it back into to pay for my advertising costs with Facebook. So I haven't spent any money out of my pocket, basically, after that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that too. But another thing I want to go into, just tell you a little bit about my experience with the apps that I've been using. I want to give 3 recommendations for apps that I think you should get in your store that have increased my sales a lot. And that has been the Abandonment Protector app, which is an app that is basically is helping you recover lost or abandoned carts, shopping carts. People are putting items in the shopping cart, and then because they won't go to the checkout page to see how much they're going to pay for shipping. I am promoting free plus shipping offer, by the way. So that's my main strategy right now. And a lot of people just want to check out how much the shipping is, so they go to the cart and check it out, and then just leave the cart there. And then this Abandonment Protector app will basically help you and send out an email to everyone that leaves their cart and remind them like 10 minutes or how many minutes after you would like to. They will send out reminders and try to recover the carts. And I think it has about between 5 and 10% success rate on that to recover the carts. So and when you have a lot of carts that are abandoned, that will add up pretty quickly. So it's a paid app. And also another app is called Hurryfy that I started using actually the last day on Friday last week. That is a countdown timer, and you can set it to any time you want to count down, and just to create scarcity and tell people that something is changing with this promotion when the time is up. So you set it to timer, and I tried that on Friday. I set a timer and said, hey, I'm going to take down this offer now at this time, because I wanted to do that because I had too many sales coming in, which is actually a good problem in some ways, but it's still a problem. So I need to pause my ads. So I set a countdown timer to that, and that increased my sales from 5% to almost 7%. Well, the conversion, I should say, for that day. The average was 5% conversion before that day, and on that day I had a 7% conversion. So that is a good app. It's also $7 a month, I think, to install, but it's very well worth it when you have something that is selling. And the third app is called Notify that I want to recommend. It's something that it gives you a little pop-up window in the bottom left corner that says, hey, someone just purchased this product on this site just this long time ago, and that gives social proof that when people are coming to your site, they don't recognize you, they don't know you, so it gives you a little bit more credibility. They see that other people are shopping on this site and purchase the product, maybe the product even that they are interested in. So give them more confidence to go ahead and purchase themselves if they are interested and trust the site. So those are my top 3 app recommendations. I have tried quite a lot of apps to see what's working well or not, and these are my top 3 right now that I highly recommend. So these here is the results that Chris sent out this screenshot as well in his email. But this is what I issued in my first 12 days. I started on November 23rd, and on that day I got 2 sales of a total of $19.95 or $19.90, 2 sales for $9.95 each, and from that I just built it up and I started to scale up what's working with my Facebook ads, and I used I've learned some different strategies from other groups, not just from the e-com course, that e-com Premier Academy. I've also learned some strategies by watching YouTube videos and joining other Facebook groups about Shopify and so on. And one strategy that I came across recently, right when I started my store, it was a strategy called the pusher method by a guy named John Mack. I think Chris Record knows who John Mack is. and he's doing really well with his Shopify stores. And he was basically showing how he was scaling his stores or his ads and sales up very quickly to 4 figures and 5 figures a day. So I started to implement some of that, and together with my own knowledge from Facebook ads before, I managed to scale up my ads pretty quickly as well. I doubled my sales for every day up until day number 5, I think it is, or 4, yeah. So first day I had I'm more than double, I should say. First day $20, and then I went up to $100. Second day $300. Third day almost $1,000. The fourth day $2,000 on the fifth day, and then up to $4,000 on the sixth day. So, and on the seventh day I didn't manage to double. I almost got up to 6K. So, but that is really crazy growth, and so that might scare some people off as well. But I just want to say that you can control this pretty much how you can very much control how many sales you're getting by controlling how much you're spending on your ads. So if you just want to stop your sales, you just turn off your ads if you're getting too many sales. So it's not really that you're turning on something that you can't turn off if it's getting out of hand, or if it feels like it's getting out of hand, you're getting too many sales. I got as many as over 300 sales per day on average over the last week, well, from Monday to Friday last week. And that is a lot of sales. So I actually had, after Friday, I decided to stop my promotion just to focus on delivering fulfill the products and delivering to my customers, because I couldn't keep up with it. I even had to hire 2 people from virtual assistants, basically, to help me out with the order fulfillment. And they started working for me middle of last week. And have not caught up yet with all my orders, but we are getting close now. So it's I have 2,400 orders in 12 days, which is pretty crazy. And it takes approximately 3 minutes to fulfill an order for a person. So you can do the math on that, but when they're good at it, it takes 3 minutes. When they're in the beginning, when they're starting out, it takes longer. So that is basically my stats for the 12 days, and 40% the people added to cart, which is pretty high number, I think, but which means I got a really targeted audience with my ad, and 23% of them reached to checkout, and out of that 5% purchased. So 1 out of 5 that reached the checkout actually went ahead and purchased the product. So that means that 4 out of 5 were abandoned carts that I managed to recover some of them with my follow-up emails. So let's go over a little bit. Oh, this is my day number 12. On Friday, sales on Friday, you can see I had 350 sales and just over $5,000 in that day alone. And if I look at my ad spend, so it's good to have, 5,000 in sales, but you also need to look how much expenses you have. So in terms of ad spend, I think I spent around $2,400 in my Facebook ads during that day, or maybe $2,200. I don't remember exactly, but so more than 200% ROI on just from the Facebook ads cost to the sales. But then of course I had the fulfillment cost as well to fulfill the products, but but I still have a pretty good profit for the day. Let's look at how I started here. You can see in the beginning, the first 2 days, I had 11 sales for a total of $140. And even in the beginning, I had 5% conversion on so I knew I had pretty good offer, or pretty good offers, I should say. I was testing several offers in the beginning. I was testing out 5 more than 5 offers actually, and in the first day. And I started with $5 ads, all of them. So this is my, I don't know if you can read this, but it's if it's too small, I'm just going to try to talk you through what it is. Maybe you can see it on the replay better or something. But this is my ad results from my ads spent the first day, and I had a $5 budget for all my ads when I started, and I did website conversion ads. So I have the Facebook pixel tracking my conversions on my site, and as you can see here, I spent $42 for the day, and I got 2 conversions, 2 sales. So, and one of the ads I paid $6 when I had and got 1 sale. Another one I spent $3.94 and got 1 sale. So I decided to focus on those ads that were working, and for the next day, the day number 2, and basically increase their budget if they were profitable. And I also turn off some ads that were not getting any results. So as you can see on my second day, this is my ad result for the second day. I now spent $83 on the ads. And as you can see, I had more sales and more conversions. I have 3 conversions on the first ad there. This is, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I hope you can see my mouse here, which column I'm pointing at, the purchase column. And I had a total of 15 sales according to the Facebook pixel. So I decided to continue to focus on those that were giving results. And I was, as long as I was profitable, or at least doubling my money in terms of ad spend, well, that is a lot profitable, but I was doubling my money from, so for example, here is one, I spent $5 and got 4 sales. And each sale is worth to me around $14. I didn't know that immediately, but I figured that out now. So 4 times 14, that's $50 roughly. So for $5 ad spend, I had 4 sales. So I got $50 back. So it's time to scale that up. So I increased the daily budget for that one. So that's how I scaled up. And then when people are paying, when they're purchasing products, I'm using both Shopify payments via the Stripe payment processor, but I also use PayPal as the payment method. And roughly 40% of my customers are using PayPal when they're paying for the product. And that means that I get the money instantly, the same minute, into my PayPal account, which helps me to take that money, to turn it around and put it into Facebook ads, because Facebook is charging me for the ads on a regular basis. They give you, if you haven't advertised on Facebook yet, they give you a credit line, basically, is what it is, at a certain amount. When you start out, it's $50 a day, or $50 credit line of credit, so that you can spend, and then they will charge you for that when you hit that limit, or they will charge you at a certain day of the month if you don't hit it before. And then what they do is they increase that line of credit when they see that you pay your bills and see that you're hitting that limit constantly. And so that's how you're able to increase your daily ad spend with Facebook pretty quickly. So then you can eventually spend a lot of money. This is my day 7 when after my first week, and I just wanted to show you that I have, at this point, I have ads that I'm paying ad budgets $250, $350, $250 daily for that day. I have that budget, and that's what I'm spending for the ads. So that means that I have managed to increase my ad spend profitably up to that level, and Facebook allows me to have right now a line of credit of $750 before they charge me. So yeah, just wanted to show that that's what the numbers that you can get up to very quickly, even if you're starting at $5, and even if you don't have any or almost any money to spend on ads. I mean, you obviously need a little bit of money to start testing. I started testing 12 ads, 10 or 12 ads, I don't remember exactly, 10 or 12 ads the first day. And I took the 2 or 3 ads that were got the best results, most clicks, and I continued to run them for the second day. And the other one I turned off, and then I tried to some other ads that are instead to replace them. So that's how I basically scaled up on a very small budget. And yeah, as you can see here too, I have a little screenshot of my ad spend for the first week. And it started with $42 the first day, and then it just increased. And the 29th, I had like over 2,400, I think it was, in ad spend. So, and I made almost 6,000, so it's over 200% ROI. I think that's what I wanted to talk about, Chris. So do you have any questions now? I'm very open to take questions.
Yeah. First of all, let me just tell you, John, you're doing a great job, and I'm getting some feedback. People are absolutely really enjoying the kind of the straightforward presentation you're giving them, and really giving them a behind-the-scenes look at stuff. So, yeah, what I've got is if you want to see some questions yourself, actually, John, in the Team Shopify Slack group, there's some questions there as well. But what I'll do is I'll just kind of find and read you some. In the Slackify group, it was in the webinars section if you wanted to see it. But first, let me ask you, let me have you go back and talk a little bit about something that you mentioned earlier, which was fulfillment. Okay, and if we could hit it from a different angle, if we could, from your perspective, you're still pretty new at this, so I know you're not an expert yet, but you're getting a lot of experience really fast.
Yes.
So think about somebody being brand new right now. Put yourself in the mindset of somebody that might be watching who's brand new, who maybe the reason that they're scared of getting involved in Shopify is because of things like shipping and fulfillment. And here you are saying, that you have to hire people to help with your fulfillment. So if you could just put yourself in the brand new person's position, somebody who hasn't started their store yet, could you explain why it takes like 3 minutes to fulfill each item? And can you explain, what the fulfillment process is? Would you mind just sharing kind of even if it's just an overview, even if you don't have to share anything specific about your products, any kind of overview to be able to help a new person start to understand a little bit more about that process. So when they start their own store, they'll know what they're like, they'll have an idea of what to do.
Yeah, so, well, basically when I sell products by using the drop shipping method. So basically I have a supplier shipping the product to the customer, and every time I get an order in my store, I need to take that customer's information, their address, and where's the shipping address, and what they're going to buy, and I need to go to my supplier and tell them, hey, I want you to send this item to this person with this address, and I'm paying for that right now, so send it to them. And that takes roughly 3 minutes when you get used to it, to go and do that and pay for the item and so that the supplier will ship it to the customer. And when you get a lot of orders, when you scale up, that's going to take up most of your time to fulfill the orders, because I had at the point, over 20 sales an hour coming in, and that's a lot of sales. Even if it takes 3 minutes to fulfill an order, and you have 20 orders coming in, that's 3 times 20, that's 60. That's exactly 60 minutes, but you can't usually keep up with that speed for 24 hours a day in fulfillment. So you're gonna get behind if you don't have someone to help you, and it might scare you. I have been working with some outsourcers before, but a long time ago, but I have also not felt ready to hire someone full-time or take on any more help in a while, because I did some mistakes back then that I learned from. I learned from that I need to have specific tasks that know exactly what the person is going to do. That's going to help me. So I need to give them good instructions. So I first learn it myself, how I do the process of order fulfillment, for example, and do the tasks. And then I teach that person that's going to help me exactly how I'm doing it, and then let them do it themselves, and they will improve their speed with time. So when they get used to it, and I found my virtual assistants basically when I found on Upwork, which is formerly Odesk.com, Upwork.com, and I was searching for people with Shopify experience, that they already know Shopify, what it is and how it works, so I don't have to train them on that. And I just said that I want someone to help me with order fulfillment. I'm getting more orders than I can fulfill myself. And I got responses to that ad there, and I contacted the person that seems pretty skilled and know what he was doing, and talked to him for a few minutes over Skype. And then I decided, yeah, he seems qualified to do this. It's not that difficult job either, but he had a previous experience, so that was good. And now he's helping me on an hourly basis. And it's not that difficult, and you can hire people for $3 an hour basically, if you outsource to, for example, the Philippines or India or other countries. I think it's
like what is the okay, so let's say you hire somebody from another country. Mm-hmm. What is the process that you're having them do? Like how are you training them? Are you showing them videos? Are you giving them a document? Like what process do you personally mm-hmm. And then what are the steps that you're having them do?
Okay, yeah, I have been training them over Skype myself, because there are only a few tasks, and this is the first time I hire someone, so I haven't created a video or anything, but I might do that if I'm going to hire more people later on, so I don't have to show it over and over. But yeah, I did a screen share on Skype and show them exactly how I did the order fulfillment, and they'll follow along. And then when I had showed them, I asked them if they had any questions, and they asked them, and then I asked them to take the next order that was unfulfilled, and have me look over the shoulder while they are doing it. They share their screen to show that they understood what I was doing, and basically after that I trusted them to go on their own, and then they report every day how many orders they have processed and so on. But they go and look at the order that is in my Shopify store. They look at what items that are included in the order. Then they go to my supplier, to their website, and they are adding those orders to the supplier's shopping cart, basically, with the supplier, and pay for them, and add as a shipping address. You add the customer's shipping address instead of your own. So you tell the supplier to ship to this address, and you also tell the supplier, depending on who it is, if you have what kind of relationship you have with them, but you tell them at some point that you don't want them to send their invoice or their receipt with the package, because the customer have already got a receipt from you when they buy from your store. So you don't want the supplier to send any paperwork to the customer with the package that they're sending out. So that's basically it. And then they go back and report, click that they have fulfilled the order in my Shopify store. So, and then we also, of course, need to get the tracking number for the package from the supplier, which will usually take a day or so. And then we add that to our order, to the order as well. So the customer can get the tracking number.
Got it. So you're basically just coming up with it's kind of like a data entry type.
Yeah, it's data entry basically. It's just that's but you need to copy and paste the address and get the right products, right version of it and model, whatever it is. So from the supplier. So that's basically copy and paste and look at the order. So that's data entry job. And I let them order with, I mean, I have my credit card on files to pay for the supplier, so they don't need to access any credit card data or something. It's already saved, so they just click pay for it, and it will, yeah.
And what type of access do you give these your outsourced team? Like, what kind of access are you giving them to your Shopify store?
They get access to see the products, to see the orders, and they don't, well, in maybe to some apps as well if they need to. For example, one of the two people I hired, I'm going to use for customer support as well, because since I'm getting so many orders, I also get questions from the customers. When is my order going to get shipped? And sorry, I typed my address wrong. Can you please change it, and all that? So I use an app for that as well. It's called Reamaze. It's in the Shopify App Store, and I think it's pretty good. It's keep tracks of all the support tickets fairly easily, and so I give my VA access to that as well, the app, to access the apps. But that's about it, to access the products and access the orders and yeah. That's the access they need.
Yeah. So and then where did you? I know you said that. I can't recall if you said exactly where you found them. I know I usually use Upwork.
Yeah, I found one on Upwork, and I found another one from I have a friend in Norway who owns an outsourcing, an agency to help entrepreneurs find outsourcers. So I used his agency to source me the VA that's also going to be used for customer support. So, but the other person that is going to do fulfillment only, I found him on Upwork. So, yeah, Upwork.com.
Yeah, and when you were searching for people, were you searching for people that already had Shopify experience, or were you searching for more like basic data entry or order fulfillment? Like what?
Yeah, I was searching for people with both Shopify experience and order fulfillment experience, and also if they have, I mean, drop shipping is also a criteria that I tapped in the search for. I actually started contacting people manually first by just doing a search on Upwork and see people that would fit that description, and just contact them and say, hey, I have this work that I need help with right now. Are you open? Are you available for an interview? And that's how I got the first person. And then I posted another ad as well, and I got 50 responses. So that's a little bit overwhelming. So it's better, I think, to go first and look for yourself and search, headhunt basically the people that could be best for you. It's easier I think.
Nice. And like, how much are you paying? Do you mind sharing like what you're paying your people?
Yeah, no, I'm paying $3 to $4 per hour. Yes.
Okay, and so going back to your to the vendors that you're using, like, are you using just one, or are you finding multiple? Are you basically going on AliExpress and finding just different products that each have different vendors? Like, what's your strategy about? Are you trying to use one specific supplier, or are you actually just using whoever you can find for each product? Like, what's your strategy there?
Yeah, in the beginning, when I started when I opened the store, I had no strategy around that. So I had products from many different suppliers because I wanted to test what's working and see what I'm gonna focus on most. So some of those products I didn't remove, so I still have products from several different suppliers, and they are from AliExpress, all of them. And yeah, I've had a lot of good use of the Shopify app too, to add in the products. That's really good bonus you get there. Really appreciate that. Saved me a lot of time. But yeah, basically, so some people order several products when they come into my store. So those products might be from different suppliers. So which means currently they will get 2 packages, basically, or whatever, however many suppliers they're ordering. I need to order from, so to fulfill their order. So there's nothing I can do about that. But I have tried to focus on a couple of suppliers now to, when I'm going to build out my product base, I'm going to use those so that they can ship all the products in the same package. That's my intention going forward, but I haven't had that. So it has, yeah. And
got it. So okay, so we'll just keep going. By the way, I just want to say, like, I'm getting a lot of feedback. People that are just really, really excited for just the fact that they're saying congratulations to you so far on the success you're having, and they're just really, they love your straightforward style. So I just wanted to say that we appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, I got really actually when the course launched, I was on your webinar. You had right before it launched. You had Lawrence on as a testimonial. That was also really inspiring to me, and I was in a situation that I didn't have a lot of money to spend on advertising, and I saw that he was basically starting his store on $100 or something like that, and got it up to 6 figures in 3 months. So I thought that's something I can try to model a little bit, that also got me inspired. So I want to just give back and inspire people as well. So.
Got it. Okay. And also, I don't know, are you able to still share your screen like for the ads? Are you able to go back to the screenshot you had with the Facebook ads on it? I think you showed a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see your screen now. Yeah,
okay.
You had a couple of them, right? You had one that's like when you started your first.
Yeah, this is my first day. I'm not. Yeah. So what is the question?
Yeah. So okay. So it looks pretty obvious here when looking at it, but we'll just let you answer it anyways. But so all these ads, these are $5 ads. So what it looks like, and you can kind of share what your strategy is. It looks like what you're doing is you're essentially just creating a bunch of small little $5 daily budgets to test out. Just to test out these different products. So the question is, like, are these all going to one product, or are you setting up different ads to different products and just trying to see what works, what hits? I mean, can you just share a little bit more about the strategy here?
Yeah, absolutely. These ads are all to different products. So I added, like I said, more than 10 products when I started my store, and I took, well, here it's like 8 or something. And created an ad for each one of them, and selected an audience based on my best knowledge. Did some research with, for example, the Facebook Insights audience insights tool, and to see what type of people were interested in those type of products, and then I created my ads around those audiences and just let them run for a day. So there are different products, and then I see that, okay, these products, I found a good match with the audience for these 2 products because I got 2 sales here. So I continue to focus on those 2 and scale up the budget a little bit and let it run for another day and see if I get more sales. So that's what I did.
Okay, so you're starting off with $5 ads to a bunch of different products. As soon as you see that a product's getting a couple sales, you run it for another day just to make sure that it's getting more sales. And then your strategy, there's a bunch of different strategies out there for scaling, but your strategy, it seems like, was start small, and then as you're starting to get sales on a specific ad, then increase the daily spending budget for that ad. Don't change anything else. Right?
But also not just increase the spending budget, but I also, when I found one, well, I can say that 80% of my results comes from one single product over these 12 days. So that's the 80-20 rule, and so I decided to focus on. I could, after day 2 or I think after day 2, I started to see that which product was going to be the winner, and I really focused on that more. I created more ads around that product than after day 2. So I scaled out I looked at the people who purchased, which age group were they were they and which gender. And I created several different ads for different age groups that were from the people that have purchased, the age groups that have purchased the days before, and try those ads. And then I also tried to scale out to other countries. So my first ads, I started targeting the US market only. And when I saw that it was working, okay, I scaled out to Canada, I scaled out to the UK, and so I created separate ads for those, and I started those at $5 as well, and created even for Europe, for English-speaking people in other European countries, I should say. So yeah, and I saw some pretty good results with that too. Europe can be a pretty good target market if you have the right product, because you can get very cheap conversions there compared to the US for certain products. I've seen a lot of conversions from Europe, from a lot of sales there from my product. So.
Got it. And now, okay, so this is the first day. Can you go to the next day?
Yes.
Slides? Okay, so now we're looking at the next day. So that campaign, that's 350 right there.
Oh yeah, it's not 350 the second day. This is the current budget for that campaign right now after 12 days. So as you can see, the amount spent is $5 still. On the right column to the right of the 350, there's still $5 spent there. Here.
Yeah. So day two, you basically are some of these ads new, and some of are you basically pausing the ones that weren't getting sales, and then
you can see here the ones that started on 23rd are the second day ads, and the ones that started on 24th are the first. I mean, they started on the second day. So 23rd was my first day I opened my store. So 24th was second day. So this one I started the second day, and it already got three sales that day for $7. So, and my value for my purchase value was $14 per sale. So that's basically over $40 in sales for $7 ad spend. So
okay, so you have some winners. Obviously, there's going to be some losers along the way too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so what you're doing it with, like, when you're finding those, like, so when you see that one on the top there,
mm-hmm.
and you've got, it's only 3 purchases. It's a small amount of data, but it's enough data to show you that, you're able to advertise that audience and they're willing to buy. So on day 2, looking at stats like that top ad, what would you, your experience, what would you do if you had, like right now, if you had, okay, here you have 3 purchases for $7, about $40 in total purchase value. What would you do then for day 3 with that ad?
I would increase the ad budget for that. It was obviously $7 ad budget for the day 2. For day 3, I would probably bump it up to $15 and see how it goes. And if I continue to get at least double my money out in terms of purchase value, then it's good. So I would increase the budget to $15 for that day for the day 3. And at the same for the other here, the one that got 4 sales and the one that got 6 sales, I would increase those 2 and up until to $10 for the third day. And then actually, I would do that in the morning of the day. And if I in the first half of the day then continues to get sales, I continue to up the budget again during the same day. So I actually changed the budget during the day. 3 times a day was what I was recommended by John Mack when I learned his method. And so go in and look at the budget for each ad in the morning and at lunch and in the evening, and see if you're profitable. If you're very profitable, you increase the budget. If you're not making at least 200% ROI, which means double your money in purchase value, then if it's less than that, you decrease your daily ad budget a little bit. So that will if you're making too big of a jump with the ad budget, Facebook want to spend your money, but they don't know exactly who to target, so they just target a little bit more randomly within your audience. So you will end up paying more per conversion if you scale up too fast. So that's why you go increasing steps, smaller steps when you're upping your budget.
Awesome. So let's go to the next screenshot with the ads. I think it skips. Does it skip all the way? Or day 7? Yeah, there's
day 7. Yeah.
Okay, so day 7. So what you're doing is you're doing like a gradual.
Yeah, gradual increase of the ads. I mean, the first days that I increased the budget like $5 at a time, the ad budget, and then when I get up to $30-$40 in the daily budget, I start to increase with bigger steps like $10, and then when I get up to $75-$100, I start increasing by $25 each time I increase the ad budget. So I increase it. So in day 7, I changed the daily budget with in increments of $25 per ad. So
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and then was this the final ad screenshot, or did you have one more? I can't remember.
Yeah, this is the final ad screenshot. I didn't continue to scale after day 7. I just maintained the same level of sales, basically, and approximately. And so I didn't have any. As you can see on my 12 days results, on the 29th, which when that's the 7th day I had my peak, and that was after 7 days. And then I realized I need to focus more on the fulfillment, and can't continue to grow like this because I don't have the system in place to fulfill as fast as the orders are coming in. So I need to focus on order fulfillment now. So then I just let it run in the same way with the same budget for the days. I mean, I was just constantly checking the numbers several times a day for my ads, but I didn't change the budget much. I mean, I might have tweaked it a little bit up or down depending on the daily results. But
nice. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about and again, for anybody watching, obviously John's not going into his specific niche or his specific store because that's his he did a lot of research and time and spent to figure out what works well, what might work well for him, and some testing. So he's not just like, that's why there's some stuff that's blurred out. So I hope everybody watching can understand that. That's being fair. He's just coming out here sharing. He's being fair, not giving away his entire recipe, but giving away as much as he can to inspire you and help you. So without giving away too much, can you tell us like a little bit about the products that you're selling? Like not specifically like what products or what niche, but more like, are they free plus shipping offers? I mean, what price points? Like, how did you have any specific strategy going about products besides the niche and besides the specific stuff there? If there's anything else you could share about like what types of product offers you're doing and what you see working, and any advice that you'd have for somebody new just researching and starting out for themselves?
Yeah. Well, my main focus has been free plus shipping offers. That was what I was looking for when I was doing my research. I was looking for products that were cheap enough to be able to give away for free plus shipping. And so basically the cost of the product on AliExpress is usually $1 to $2 or for the product itself. And then I also add in the e-packet shipping to the United States, for example, which is the fastest cheap shipping method. It takes 1 to 2 weeks to get here, because I want my customers to get their packages before Christmas. So, but I also write on my product page that it might take weeks for them to get the product. So I set the expectations so that they shouldn't expect to get the product within a few days after ordering. So that's quite important. Otherwise, you will get a lot of support tickets wondering where the product is, why it's not showing up after 4 days. So that's what I did with the product. And there are a lot of different types of products that, I mean, that could work very well with that free plus shipping method. I mean, I think you should go for some niche that you know something about. There are endless amount of niches out there, but niches where the customers are, or the people that are in the niche are very passionate is of course the best, because if they're passionate, they are more likely to engage with your ad, which help your ad spend and help your reach on Facebook. They will share it and they will like it and comment, and they will be more likely buyers when they get to the site, because they really want the product. So there are a lot of niches that are very passionate. You can, I mean, the sports niche, I mean, you have a golf, football, other types of team sports. People can be very passionate around those. And you have, for example, Christian niches, like Christian and religious people can be very passionate about their religion. So that's two types of niches you can try, just to give a few. That could work well. I've done a lot of research, and I've seen stores doing well in many types of niches. Well, products, at least, I'm not sure how much they're selling, of course, I can't know that, but by just looking at the store. But if I find an ad on Facebook or a Facebook page that are promoting product and it has a lot of engagement, then I know that it's, in fact, it has a good, passionate audience, and it's very likely that it has a lot of sales. So that's what I'm looking for too when I'm looking at Facebook ads and doing research.
Okay, so when you're doing research, like when you're doing your niche selection research, you're going, like you said, use the audience insights tool, but you're also just looking for
yeah, like
on that topic, and you're looking for the engagement.
Yeah.
Hear that, like, this is a hyper passionate audience that would want to buy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. If you type in your search bar at the top of Facebook, you type in exactly what it says there, posts about, and then you type in your keyword. Then you will very likely, the keyword should be the type of product then. Post about for example, post about iPhone case. So then you will, and you can also post about free iPhone case. You can, for example, so then you can find people that are posting about free, or pages that are posting about free iPhone cases, and you can see which ones that have a lot of engagement. And even if it doesn't have a lot of engagement, it might be a good ad. It just might not be that the person that is promoting it haven't found the right audience to connect it with. So, but if it has a lot of engagement, you could be pretty sure that it also can make a lot of sales. Yeah. So.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me see. There's some more questions in here. Let me go back to what you said a minute ago about, like you said, you set the expectations with your customers about the long shipping times. How did you go about setting that expectation so that customers understood it would be a long shipping time?
It's good to write it in the product description that you write that. I write that some of my products are might, due to high demand, have a long shipping time. So please be aware of that, or something to that extent. So, and you can also write more specifically. Please allow 4 weeks for shipping because due to high demand or something. So that will set one way to set expectation directly on the product page, and then you can also in the receipt email, for example, if you want to tweak that you're sending out to the customer, you can also add a note there that please note that some products may take up to 4 weeks to arrive due to high demand or shipping from international shipping or something like that.
Got it. Okay. So like you said, about 80% of so after doing research and setting up your store and doing your Facebook ads and you said in the beginning you just kind of, you know, like you just kind of threw a bunch of stuff up there to see what would work, and then you said about 80% of your sales are coming from one product. So like let's just call that like, okay, so you have this good selling product out of all these different products in your entire niche. You have this one product that you found that's doing good and is scalable and stuff like that. Did you when you were getting all your products, did you have a hunch that that one product was going to be the top seller?
Yeah, I had a feeling that it could be a top seller. Yes, but I also had a feeling that some other products could really be a top sellers, and I haven't seen any good results at all with those yet. So I know that other people are seeing good results, but I haven't found the right audience for them.
And then how big was the like roughly how big was the audience that like what kind of audience sizes, what kind of reach? You said you started in the United States.
Yeah, started in the United States, and I took the advice from, I think it was one of the guys in the ecom premier course. I think maybe it was not Justin. Maybe, yeah, I don't know, remember who it was, but he said go try to get a huge audience to start with. So I mean, more than 1 million people at least to start with as your audience, because then Facebook will you will get cheaper clicks, and Facebook will look for the people that are not targeted by other marketers basically as much. So that's why you get cheaper clicks, but they will still be within your audience. They will be like whatever your criteria is that you should like to be in your audience. And then Facebook will take a few days to optimize your ad to find the right audience for you. So that's why you're maybe not seeing the best conversions the first day. So you let it sit and run for 2 or 3 days with $5 ad budget if it's and see and before you evaluate the results. And what else can I say about that?
Yeah, so what you did was you looked for an audience that had about 1 million person reach or more.
Yeah, at least 1 million. Yeah. So my audiences were between 1 million and 3 million, I think, for most of them. I think I had 1 or 2 ads with smaller audience than 1 million, but they were more expensive clicks. I realized pretty quickly. So when I started with a big, broad audience, and then when you find something that's working, you can scale wide by just creating multiple ads for different age groups and for different genders, and so you can create one ad for age 20 to 25, and one ad for 25 to 30, and one ad for 30 to 35, and so you have 4 different ads to that same group of 1 million people or whatever. So then you can just see which age group is best within that audience, and then you focus on those and turn off the ads that are not performing, and so on.
And are you grouping multiple interests together to get the 1 million to 3 million audience, or are you trying to find one individual?
Yeah, I'm grouping interests together, but they are very similar interests usually. Yeah. So when I start, and then when I narrow it down, which I had. I mean, if you take too broad of an audience or too broad of an interest to target, you can get like 15 million people and 20 million people on Facebook that are interested in that. Then I need to narrow it down. So then I narrow it down by looking at what types of other pages could they potentially like, the people that are liking this niche, that are in this niche. Look at magazines, look at fan sites, fan pages like that are for fans of this type of product, and people who like whatever it might be that it's related to this. So then I narrow it down until I get to that number between 1 and 3 million people.
Got it. So with the ad objectives, like the different types of ads to run, did you choose one specific type of ad objective, like website conversion ads, and just do that, or did you?
Yes. No, I've used website conversion all the time. When I started, I didn't have any sales or didn't have any add to cart, so I couldn't have Facebook optimized for that. So I started by just let them Facebook optimize for just page visitors to my site, and so once I got more visitors and people starting buying, I could optimize for conversions, for sales, for purchases. So yeah.
Okay, so let's cover that a little bit more. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of people, and also a lot of new people that haven't even started their stores yet or haven't even set anything up, because some people sometimes get paralyzed by the fear of the unknown, and they want to like learn everything first. So if there's somebody right now like with ads, so what you just said is an important thing, which is over time as your ads start selling, then what happens is your conversion pixel gets optimized, and then Facebook actually, because it fires every time somebody purchases something, it gives that information to Facebook, and Facebook gets smarter at finding more buyers.
Exactly.
But in the beginning, you don't have any buyers, and so Facebook doesn't have any information. So you said something, which was you set your ads in the beginning to focus, the objective to focus more on website visitors, not on sales. And then at some point you changed it to focus on sales conversions because you had some data. Can you recap that and try to break it down for somebody that's brand new that hasn't even set up their ads yet, why that's important and why you did that?
Okay, let's look at this for my sales for the first 2 days, for example. So I only had 2 sales the first day and 9 sales the second day. And so Facebook didn't have a lot of data to optimize for, so in those first days I just wanted website visitors. So I set that as my objective in my ad. So Facebook was out there looking for people that are more likely to click on my ad and get to my website based on my targeting and previous knowledge of the data that Facebook has, so of people clicking ads and stuff like that. So then when I get enough people to my site, now I've got 200 visitors and I've got 11 customers. Now Facebook knows, okay, I sent these 200 people to the site, and out of them 11 people bought something. So, and those 11 people maybe have something in common that we can look for to find more customers that are similar to them. So now I start optimize for purchases. So Facebook go out and look for people that are similar to and likely to purchase, similar to the people that have already purchased on my site. So now they optimize show my ads more to those type of people, so I can get more sales. So that's why sales are also, and conversions are increasing by time if you let the ad run for a little while. So Facebook get more and more data from my site, so they know which people to send there. So after day 2 or day 3, I switched over to optimize for purchases. But that's when I had at least 10 purchases. So.
And did you set up new ads, or did you just edit the existing ads?
No, I set up new ads, but with the exact same way, but just the objective was different. Otherwise, they were exactly the same. So, but I don't know how it would work to just change it. But I thought that maybe if I change an ad in the middle of when it's running, the stats will be mixed from before and after I changed. So maybe Facebook not certain exactly how to do it the best way. So
So in a nutshell, for the first couple days, you're driving traffic to get website visitors. Then once you've got some sales coming in, then you set up new ads that are based on sales conversions, and you let Facebook optimize all the visitors now for sales. That Facebook does that automatically. It's not anything you have to do. You just chose that selection on new ads, and you started running. Everything was the same except a new ad. And did you pause the original ads when you did that?
No, I let them run in parallel. If it continues to make sales, I'll let it run, continue to run as well. But some of them I paused, but a few of them I'll let them run anyway.
Can we talk a little bit about the ads?
Yes.
So obviously there's tons of different types of ads. You can do pictures that are designed as like just a picture, and then in the description there's a link, and you try to get people to share them or tag their friends and stuff like that. And then there's like stuff that is just direct link posts where it's just directly, if people click on it, it goes directly to the offer. So with all these different ad types out there, you're obviously having some success. You're obviously driving a bunch of sales. What types of these different ads are you using, and anything you're willing to share about, like if you're using a picture, what did you do to it, or text or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm using basically straight page posts ads, dark post ads, basically. So I'm creating the ads in the Power Editor and to be unpublished, so the people that are liking the page can't see it if they go and visit the page. But yeah, so I'm using images, regular images of the product. No fancy frames or red frames around it, or not text on it, like that's marketing text or something. Just a regular picture of the product that looks good, looks very a nice looking picture that stands out. Try to find someone that stands out, and that in the newsfeed, it should stand out in the newsfeed. But I don't want to look salesy and we don't want it to look like an advertisement, although it will still say sponsored post. But I have avoided adding any text or anything to it. So that's basically it. And then I type a little bit of text, a few lines of text in the status update, in the status of the page post. So, and I usually start with a question mark. Do you like whatever I'm targeting? Do you love this? Blah blah blah. And well, we're giving away this for free right now. You just have to pay shipping and handling, and then go here to get it. And then I post a link to the site. So that's basically how the ad would, most of my ad looks like.
Okay, and did you have a goal when you created your ads? Did you have a goal? Like, was your goal to get it shared a bunch, or liked a bunch, or clicks? I mean,
yeah, of course. Yeah, well, no, I didn't have any, because I created this as an unpublished post. I didn't have that in mind to get a lot of shares and likes. But what happened was, when I found the right target audience for the product, they started to share it anyway and like it and comment a lot. So although it was a hidden post on the page, it was shared a lot on other, and people were tagging their friends that were like the similar products and so on. So it got viral basically, and even though it was a hidden post.
And I know exactly what you mean. So you're using, because when I launched my first course about Facebook advertising, I called it Dark Post Profits, because I basically place those dark post ads all the time, aka unpublished ads. And there's benefits, there's just different ways to do it. But I'm really glad to see you doing it that way. So do you have just one fan page for your store that you're running all your ads on, or do you have multiple fan pages? Was there any thought process that you put into the Facebook?
No, I created a fan. Yeah, I only have one fan page, and I created a fan page with I didn't put up anything more than just the header image and the profile, basically a picture for the fan page. And I posted a couple of other nice looking photos just to have some content on there, but not more than a few posts. And then I started advertising, and I had no fans when I started advertising. Now I have 4,000 fans or something on that page after 2 weeks. And I still haven't posted anything, almost anything, I should say, on the page. I posted a few status updates, but not a lot that are visible to the fans. Yeah.
Yeah, so your strategy was more like just do something quick, like in about 10 minutes, just to get the fan page up, and then do the minimum just to you,
Yeah.
because you have to have a fan page to place ads.
Yes.
You're kind of just doing like a little bit above the minimum, like
Mm-hmm.
like the minimum plus like a little bit to make it look nice. But you don't have any fan page strategy, and you're not too concerned about the fan page. You're just using it because you have to in order to place ads, right?
Yeah, at this point, yes. Then I'll probably focus more on the fan page later on, because now I have a lot of fans, and that could also be potential repeat buyers. So
Yeah, but I think it's good what you did, and I think some people they get caught up in spending too much time trying to make their page perfect when it doesn't really matter that much.
yeah, exactly. People don't care that much about your page. They look at the ad, they see that they like the product, they click on the ad and go to the store. And if the store looks good, looks nice and clean and trustworthy, so then they are very likely to go ahead and buy. I mean, it's that's an important thing, to give a good first impression when people come to your store. I don't do anything fancy. I use a free theme. To for my Shopify store, and I don't have any fancy pictures on there. I have the basics, but that's required in it, and I try to make it look nice. And yeah, that's it. People are buying, so it's
Yeah. Okay. So you're building a list. So you've got already now all these thousands and thousands of sales coming in, and these are all buyers, and you're creating a buyers list. Did you have a strategy, or do you have a strategy for email marketing, or any plans for the list, or is that just the next phase for you? Just tell a little bit about like your strategy,
right.
if you had one, and what you're doing there.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had a strategy for that yet, but I'm definitely, since I now have a buyers list, I'm going to use that and promote to it more. I haven't done any promotion to it yet, but definitely that's something that I'm going to do a follow up. So
Nice. Okay. Let me see if there's any other questions here that are good. How are you doing on time? Are you doing good?
yeah, I'm good. Absolutely. One thing you asked me actually earlier that I forgot to answer was the product pricing, and that I wanted to mention. I set my price to $9.95 for the shipping to the US, and people are not very sensitive to the price if it's under $10. I think for the shipping, there will be a lot of buyers. If you have the right products, you will get a lot of buyers, regardless of what price you would charge. I've seen some people recommend charge $5.99 for shipping, or some charge $7.99. But I tried $9.99 or $9.95 actually right away, and it works great for the US. For European market, I found that they are a little bit more price sensitive. So I actually lowered the shipping price to $8.95 for that, and then because I didn't get any sales for $9.95, and then with $8.95 I started to get a lot of sales. So that was an interesting thing. And then when they purchase multiple products, I increased the shipping cost. I don't double it, but for 2 products, I set the shipping cost to $14.95. For 3 products, $19.95, and so on, increase $5 per. So I'm not sure if that is the best strategy, but that's how I did it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any best strategy. I think it's just everybody experiments and finds what works for them. And hey, if you're profitable, it's a great strategy.
Yeah.
So is your store primarily filled with free plus shipping offers, or did you start adding on more products that are designed?
I have both. I have several free plus shipping offers, but I also have more than half of the products I have a price, regular price on them, or yeah. So, but people are mostly getting the free plus shipping offers. Those are by far the most popular ones. But also one thing that happened to me, since I had a few free plus shipping offers, when people came to my store through one ad, they started adding up all the free plus shipping offers into the cart, and actually add multiple of them too. So some buyers tried to buy 20 free items for, yeah, and I hadn't set the shipping right in the beginning for that, so they were, but I had a limit. I had written a limit that only maximum 5 free items per order. I had written that on the website, but there were nothing that were preventing them to add more to the cart in the beginning. So there were a few people that were trying to take advantage of that. Yeah, I contacted them manually after they ordered and said that the maximum limit is 5. So please change your order, or I will give you a refund.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. So now you have something in place to prevent that?
Yes, I tried. Yeah, I have added more shipping, continue to increase the shipping rate for when they add even up to more than 10 products. So they see that shipping goes up for every product I add. I didn't have that in the beginning up to more than $30. $29.95 in shipping was the maximum.
So is that something important that people should do right off the bat? Is that a mistake that you think? Well,
it wasn't a huge mistake. I mean, it happened with some people that I needed to contact. It took a little bit of extra time to do it, but it's not really that necessary. I mean, as long as you have shipping up to when they purchase 5-6 products, because some people will do that. So up to that. So then I think you're good. But you can, I mean, add more if you like. But there is an app called Better Shipping that I've been recommended where you can stack up shipping costs easily with, and I haven't tried that yet, but that's something I'm going to try. There's also one called Min-Maxify, which should be able to allow you to set a limit of how many products you can add to your cart of a certain product, or of any product, or total number of products. But haven't used that either. So.
No, got it. That's all good, and that's all helpful. Let's. Can you go to the next screenshot on your screen?
Yes.
Or which was the one that was like the after 35K screenshot? The one that shows like the 35K in a week.
Okay, let's see. This?
Yeah. Okay. So okay. So looking at this right now, and maybe we'll kind of even wrap up here because we've been on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this right now, let's just talk about like lessons. Like, let's just talk about, for everybody that's watching right now, like, what are some lessons you've learned, or what are some mistakes that you made, or what are some things you would do differently, or what would, if you were new watching this webinar. So imagine that you're sitting at home, you haven't even started your show, you haven't even started your store yet, and you're watching this. What tips and advice or anything would you have to somebody after you have just gone through this $35,000?
Well, when you're starting out, when you're getting your first sales, make sure you write down the process of how you're going to fulfill the orders. Because when you're start getting a lot of orders, you want to get help from someone. At least if you do the drop shipping. If you have a fulfillment center fulfilling for you, like you're buying in bulk and shipping from within the US, then that's a different thing. But if you're starting out with drop shipping, so when you get to more than, I would say, maybe 30, 40 orders a day, it might start being too much for you to fulfill yourself. So just make sure you write down that process right when you're getting your first sales. Write down the process on how you're fulfilling, because that was something that you will want to show the people that are going to help you later on. So that will help you. And remember, you can scale as much or as little as you would like. I mean, I have really pushed it with the scaling in the first week because I wanted to see what was possible and show people what was possible to achieve in such a short period as a week. So I think it was like 13K in the first week, and sales. But remember that was controlled by me and by my ad spend. So you can control of sales coming in a week right from the bat. It won't happen if you decide to not allow that. You can basically control that with your ad spend, how many sales that are coming in. So don't let that scare you. What else?
Yeah, just any final words for any final words. We'll wrap with this, but any final words for everybody that's just watching in terms of motivation or inspiration to inspire them to if you look at, I wanted to show this graph because look, back in November 23rd on that chart there, I mean, you were just getting started. I mean, how many Shopify stores did you do before this one?
Yeah, this is my first Shopify store. I've never sold any physical products before online. So, I mean, yeah, it's, I mean, I have experience with Facebook ads from before, but, and selling mostly digital product, internet marketing courses and things like that. But that's my previous experience within that I've used for this. That's the only thing, the Facebook ads that I've. So it's possible to start on a small budget and scale it up quickly if you like, and you can scale up at your own pace. But the important thing is that you start taking action and start putting out ads, because when you put out 5 ads, when you put out 10 ads, you will find 1 ad or 2 ads that are going to be performing better than the rest, and focus on those, and then add more, create more ads, new ads to continuously create. If you continuously add 5 new ads to your ad account every day and start running 5 new ads every day, you will within 2-3 days that you will find at least a couple of products, I'm pretty sure, that will perform good for you and that you will make money on. So adding, well, testing is this, and taking action. That's the key, I think.
Nice. Well, I think that's a good place to end. We can continue the conversation in the Team Shopify group, and if you guys have any questions for John, there's the thread, the channel that says Shopify webinars. There's been a lot of questions in there, and me and John will get a chance to go in there and maybe reply to some of those as well if we missed them. There's only so much we can cover, and we've been on for a while, so
Yeah.
We all
absolutely. I'll be happy to answer questions there in the group. I haven't paid attention to that now, but during the webinar, but I will go in there and look.
Perfect. So yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. We've been on a while. There's so many more things that I could be talking about right now. But I think that I think this has been good. I think that let's stay focused. We'll resume this conversation and more like this inside of Team Shopify, and I'll do some stuff with it in my inner circle. But for those of you guys that got a chance to be able to watch live, you can tell John in that thread in the Team Shopify webinars thread. Tell John your feedback. He'll read it. So just tell him if you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed him sharing his time, if you just say anything, say something nice for him spending his time out of his day. He could be doing stuff. So John, let me recap what we covered today. John basically showed you his journey, and thank you also, John, for putting together these slides. That was very, very helpful. John showed you this journey of starting out his store on day 1, and then day 2, and then after a week, and then after 2 weeks. He showed you the growth, how he scaled up his ads. He showed you how out of all these different products, one of them really ended up being the winner, and he put his focus there. And he told you about how his biggest obstacle so far was order fulfillment. And so he actually created a little bit of a process, and he got some outsourcers to some VAs basically to help assist with order fulfillment, because John is doing drop shipping, which requires at least even when you have the process down, it requires a few minutes per order. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, well, if you're getting thousands of orders, it's a lot of time. So he basically created a system and a process there so that he can scale again. So he's basically in the process right now of figuring out how to create a firm foundation and scale up from there. He showed us his ad strategy, how he drives traffic directly to tries to optimize that first just for clicks, and then after he starts getting clicks and some sales on his ads, then he sets new ads up that are conversion ads that are optimized for sales, and he lets Facebook basically just continue to optimize. He puts it in Facebook's control and lets them find more buyers and more buyers based on that. And he used picture post ads, and he used dark post ads, unpublished. He used a fan page that he didn't really put too much time and energy into the fan page, just about 10 minutes or so to set it up and make it look decent, but really didn't put any energy in there. Got about 4,000 organic likes on that fan page just from the ads alone, which is a byproduct of what happens. And then also he talked about, just most importantly, just taking action and getting out there and launching ads. It's the most important thing you could do. Is he launched a bunch of little $5 ads just to see what kind of results he could get. So that was a quick little recap. And we'll do this more often. If you guys enjoyed this, we'll do this more often. There's no big fancy sales pitch or anything like that. Just value from John, who's a Team Shopify member, who just wanted to come out here and share and show what's going on.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you having me on here.
Absolutely. Let's go back. There's John. John, real quick. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Los Angeles, California right now. But I'm originally from Sweden. So yeah.
Nice.
I've lived in California for the last 5 years.
Nice. Well, right on. Well, John, we're all going to get to know you a little bit better, and just want to say, time is very valuable. We appreciate your time for coming out here today and all the knowledge you're sharing. And I'll bet we could probably do this again in a month or two, and I'll bet the stats will be a lot nicer then, huh?
Absolutely. I bet so. Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone that has been on. I'll be happy to help you and continue to answer questions.
All right, everybody. We'll do the rest of this in the Team Shopify group. Thanks again, John.
Thanks. Bye.